is that we end up becoming consumers of culture instead of makers of culture. We forget that we create culture. We're makers of culture. This is where the inequality lies. And my purpose as an artist is to reconnect every individual. I don't care how old you are, where you're from, what your politics are, what your sexual orientation is, what your race is. It doesn't matter. You have creative power within you. And when you reconnect with it, you advance your health and you advance your human rights. Creativity, it's here. It's already living and amongst us.
I think creativity may not be a thing unto itself.
La creatividad es poder.
Así que yo creo que la creatividad es la perfecta expresión de la evolución humana.
My first creative moment, it wasn't really a moment, it was a series of experiences. And the first moment I can recall is surviving a moment of violence in my community and not knowing what to do with my thoughts and my body and my energy. And without being conscious of what I was doing, I just started to write. I was alone in my room writing about what just happened, the details of it, and I turned it into a story that helped me make sense of what I just survived. And I was just a kid. Well, I think the universal truth is that we are all creative at every moment of every day as a human species. I think every moment that we're living in is a moment of ceremony where miraculous things are happening that wouldn't exist without creativity. I've been in over 20 countries around the world over the last 10 years building spaces of creativity. It's not like creativity wasn't in these communities, whether it was on the border of Syria or in Los Bordos in Honduras or in certain areas here in Mexico. Creativity, it's here. It's already living and amongst us, but we're conditioned by the failed systems of our world to become detached from the creative power within us. And it's the broken human systems of the world in our education system, in our economies, in our political systems that is colonizing our internal creativity so that we forget that it's there. But when we forget that it's there, that impacts our mental health, it impacts our physical health, it impacts our relationships with our families, with our friends, with our communities, with our culture. When I see children, I see the past, the present, and the future colliding in one moment right in front of me, which is the body and the form of that child. And it's the world that's trying to condition and pull out their curiosity and creativity. One of my favorite quotes is from my favorite poet, Rumi. And he says, the leaf of every tree brings forth a message from the unseen worlds. It's the same with creativity. It's the same with words. There are invisible worlds inside of each and every one of us, just like there are invisible things happening in the tree. But from the outside, when you look at a tree or a forest, it seems quiet, it seems boring. It's actually not. There's a million things happening inside of it that are coming from an unseen world. And creativity is that road to connect the unseen world to the seen world. And to be seen is to see yourself, but it's also to be seen by the community around you, which is why art and creativity are so important.